Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing Stewpot, Tales from a Fantasy Tavern by Takuma Okada. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. Stewpot, Tales from a Fantasy Tavern is a collection of small games for groups of 3 or more players. Each game lets you, a retired adventurer, play out different parts of running a tavern and settling down in a town together with your old adventuring party. You'll be scrambling to cook something edible with random ingredients, bartending for troubled souls, calming down a tavern brawl, going shopping for all the things a tavern needs, and more in a variety of slice-of-life scenes.
So I'm playing a character that I haven't played since 2020. His name is Atlas Bremer, a.k.a. Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. His pronouns are he, him. He's a lanky wizard with shoulder-length straight blonde hair and a youthful face. He wears many rings on multiple fingers and has a wardrobe of fancy cloaks. His weapon is a staff of dark wood worn smooth. His armor is an iridescent cloak of feathers. And his quirk is shoulders that tense at the sound of metal. His adventurer job was a wizard.
And I will be bringing back everybody's favorite pink-haired cat boy, Precious Starling. He's a short, slender cat boy with pastel pink hair, blue eyes, and dun-colored fur. I haven't decided exactly how cat boy he is in this universe. I don't know if it's anime cat boy or if it's like tabaxi, but we'll figure that out. His weapon is a dirk with a curious carved hilt. His armor is a well-kept traveling cloak, and his quirk is a gleaming smile. His adventurer job was being a rogue.
Well, I will be playing a new character, new to you. Is a character that I have written about a lot in like my own short fiction that might go somewhere at some point. Beck Halberry. The last time I played this, I was the fighter with Jericho. This time I am Beck, the swashbuckler. He is sturdily built with close-cut hair and a well-trimmed goatee. Very simple and straightforward, both in look and manner. His weapon is a simple saber. His armor is well-worn boots, immaculately maintained, and his quirk is that his eyes are always watching. He is very straightforward, but he is not oblivious. His adventure job was the swashbuckler. And then result of the process. If any characters love the dish, you may make one of them a permanent named NPC, or write down a new named NPC who has this as their favorite dish.
I like the idea of writing down a new named NPC.
A burger lover?
Yeah. Comes in every Friday.
Oh, hell yeah.
How about Reginald Blackwood?
Oh, Blackwood. Love some burgers.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. What's Reginald Blackwood like? He sounds kind of fancy.
He does. Maybe a local merchant. We now return to your game, already in progress. All right, now that we've taken a break, it is time to play Wear and Tear. There's always something to fix or clean or pay off. After playing this game, you may increase one of your tavern's ratings by 1. Anyone can play, as a group, decide what part or parts of the tavern need fixing and touching up, and what the new features of the tavern are. We take turns describing what work you're doing on the tavern. Choose one of the following prompts to get started or come up with your own. Everyone should pick one. So, what part of the tavern are we fixing?
Good question. I mean, it's all kind of new and not very good yet.
I don't know. I'd say this dinghy looks a little old to me. We did get it secondhand.
Yeah, we maybe make it look nicer.
Yeah, we could use a little je ne sais quoi.
Oh my god.
Or at least some paint.
Yeah, paint will work. So, we're touching up the atmosphere by applying paint to it. Quick question. Since we're painting, do we have a mural of some sort? Is that the kind of joint that we have? Like, would we put a wizard on the side of our van?
I don't know why we would put a wizard there.
I mean, it could be like a better version of our logo. Like a more realistic, detailed version.
A landscape of rest.
Yeah. I like it. Cool. So now we take turns describing what work we're doing on the tavern.
Oh, yeah.
And we can choose one of the prompts or figure out one on our own. I'm going to look at the prompts, though.
So we're basically, we're bumping up atmosphere, right?
Yes.
Cool. I don't think Beck is like, in a like a little like crane thing, like almost rappelling up and down the side of the boat to help paint things.
Mm-hmm.
All tied up in ropes.
I think Precious tries to help with that and gets tangled up in one of the ropes and is just like hissing and spitting like a cat as he tries to get untangled. And when he finally gets untangled, he like smooths his hair back and tries to pretend that did not happen. But for his part, like what he actually ends up doing, I think he ends up doing a bunch of sanding for like the interior painting, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be like, there's probably a couple of decades worth of lacquer that needs to be sanded off for us to get some paint on there and get the paint to stick, that kind of thing. So that's what his contribution is.
Beck gives you a thumbs up.
I think Atlas would be focusing on the bedding and designing like interior decorating. Like, I will go pick the most trendy bedding for our rooms, and they'll all be different and themed.
Oh my god. Bless.
Yeah. Beck nods.
All right. We have increased the atmosphere of our tavern by 1. So we're back up at the top. Annya.
Yes. I love Festival Day.
I knew you were going to pick Festival Day.
Is that bad?
No, I knew you were going to pick Festival Day.
I love Festival Day. So, your town has a few festival days a year, and they're some of your busiest. How do you prepare? How do you handle the influx of people? Anyone can play. Player characters and named NPCs can be played. Decide together what kind of festival is happening today. Each player describes one decoration or feature of the festival. Does your character care about this festival, or do they hate it? So what kind of festival is happening?
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's stupid or not.
What is it?
So, like, maybe there's this special type of fish that is local to this particular bay area, and it spawns, like, it comes back to the bay to spawn once a year. And that's a big deal because that's a big part of the local economy.
Can it be like the one in Stardew Valley that, like, you can tell they're coming in when they glow, so the water lights up and it's like nighttime?
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Cool.
So we got the spawning. What was the thing that you just said, Anya?
I think that counts as, my feature, I guess. They're glowing, and so the festival happens at night, and so it's really revolved around that theme of glowing, and as the fish come in, it lights up.
The Bayshine.
Yeah, the Bayshine. Not to be confused with Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
Simon from NADPOD? Moonshine, like the drink. Hell yeah. And yeah, I think what kind of stuff? Probably there's like a whole like lantern bit of it. People like make like fish lanterns.
Is there a contest for like the best lantern maker?
Probably. Or you can just have like glowing like kites or flags that people are like waving around. So it looks like the fish are also swimming through the air.
Nice.
Trying to decide. Because I was thinking fish lanterns too. So my knee-jerk instinct is fireworks, but I don't know, like, the fireworks may disturb the fish, so maybe not fireworks. I think there's a local legend about lovers who became these fish. And so there's a play about them that you see it, various local theater companies will put it on. There's one that's like, the kindergartners all dress up as little fishies and do a sanitized version of the play every year.
Oh.
So, does your character care about this festival? Do they hate it?
I think Atlas loves it.
Of course, everything's shiny.
Yeah, Atlas loves this shit. Time to strut about and be seen and enjoy all the pretty stuff.
I think Beck's fine with it. He likes a pretty sight as much as anyone else.
I think Precious is somewhere in the middle. Like, he's not like super into it like Atlas is, but he's a little more enthusiastic than Beck, and I think part of that is just because there are a lot of fish dishes that get prepared around this time, probably. And he's a big fan. So to play, take turns taking on challenges. On your turn, you'll choose a challenge from the list and ask another player to attempt it. So, since you chose the game, Anya, would you like to choose the first challenge and who to attempt it?
Yeah. I think, is it okay if Atlas does it? Or does it have to be another person?
Yeah, I think it's fine that Atlas does it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like he's so into the festival that the regulars egg you on to take part in a contest while you're working, and they're very insistent. Is potentially something that could really pull him away. So let me roll a D2. Or I guess I can just flip a coin, because I'm sure there's something on Google that flips a coin. So, alright, I'm going to flip it. It is tails. About halfway through, you start feeling very sick and need to recuperate out back for a while.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, he's delicate boy. He got carried away.
Oh, buddy.
It's like, I'm just gonna go sit on the back deck for a while.
Incredible. You got a challenge, Precious?
Yes, I think I'm challenging Beck. A very
Oh.
upset guest is causing a commotion. You draw lots, and you've drawn the short straw.
Go deal with the Karen.
Oh, boy. Why? Me? Why me?
I'm sick. I can't help you, bro.
All right. I will go and do my best to chill out. Thankfully, I have bravado. I never falter. I think I can. Oh yeah, because you can use an experience once during a challenge to automatically succeed. I guess I could roll. I could roll anyway and see if I succeed without it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
I rolled heads.
Nice.
So yeah, you calm them down quickly and manage to compensate them for the trouble. Like, so what's the issue?
Do you want to be the Karen babe?
I'm trying to think of a good Karen-y issue that Beck could potentially solve.
Something with food, probably.
Actually, I had this table on this side of the boat, and this sniveling, sorry excuse of a person took it.
Well, don't call people that. It's not nice. You don't have to be like that. There's more than one chair at this table.
Fine.
Here's an extra roll.
Now shut up. We did send the worst person to deal with a customer complaint.
Yeah, I just stare back at them like fully. I'm not afraid.
Like, eat the roll. I'm watching.
It's a good roll.
Don't you agree?
Okay, so that's a success for me. Precious.
Yes.
A mishap occurs sorting luggage, and you need to track down several lost bags.
Oh boy. Let me see. I want to say that my cat's Grace helps me, and I'm able to get through and around the crowd to find the lost luggage, and make sure that it gets plucked out of any any nefarious hands who may have tried to make off with it. So, because I used my town or my adventure experience, I automatically succeed. So since I succeed, I put all the pieces together and track down the bags in no time at all, and we gain a point. So we've got 2 points now. So,
Do we go around again?
Yeah, we need to earn 5 points.
Okay. Can I spin this one for Beck with it says like a commotion, but maybe a food thing. So business is slowed down because of a competing place nearby, and you need to come up with a way to draw more people in fast. So I was thinking maybe you can do some food things.
I can do some food things. Becca's going to look at you all and say, all right, this is only this time. I shouldn't use these powers for personal gain. And then he is going to get the grill, and he is going to stretch a rope from one side of the street to the other, and he is going to grill on a tightrope.
Jesus Christ.
oh my god.
Because I'm in the rigging. I've got climbing and acrobatic feats. I'm doing like hibachi shit.
Oh my god.
With a stone face. I rolled a 2, which is a tails, but I am going to spend my in the rigging special ability, my experience, to cause exactly the right kind of commotion and get people crowding through the door again. Of just like
Step right up, folks. You've never seen anything like it.
You have not. I'm on one foot on the tightrope, and I've stacked the grill on top of like a chest of drawers that is at the same height as me.
Jesus, beautiful.
I love it. So Atlas is knocked out, but that means that Anya can play an NPC, which we've got Schooner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I should use my experience, because I can't for the NPC, can I?
Nope.
Oh god. Alright, Schooner. What you gonna do?
This could be fun. You severely underestimate the amount of prepped ingredients you would need for the festival and have to use a knife faster than you ever have before.
Alright, and Schooner doesn't have any, things I can spend, does he?
Nope, they do not.
Alright. I got... Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. I got a tails. You accidentally cut deep into a finger and have to sit out nursing your wound. I guess a fin. So Schooner joins Atlas on the back deck, like, sniffling and holding a paper towel around their finger. Or their fin.
No.
Why are you using my knives? This is why.
We didn't have enough, sir. I thought I could do it, sir.
I'm sad.
I'm gonna sit down, sir. Everything's spinning.
You sit, yes. Don't get hurt anymore.
Poor buddy. I'm just taking him down. Give me your NPC if you want them to die.
Did you also? Oh boy.
Yeah, because now Atlas and Schooner are out.
Oh boy. Well, I could take up where they left off and try to prep the ingredients. Use a knife faster than I ever have before.
Yeah.
See if I can't fix it back up.
Just nonchalantly wipes all the blood away and just like, okay, well, now that the professional is here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I rolled another 2, but I do have Master of the Blade, which I will use to gain another point.
Shoo.
Schooner looks in through the back window like, you're doing amazing, sir.
Thanks. Elevate the wound, Schooner.
Raises fin in the air. Waves it like they just do not care.
Well, you're gonna get blood. Okay.
Collapses.
Okay. I think, is it Anya's turn to pick a challenge?
Things, because I just went.
Okay.
Yeah. So pick a challenge for Precious or Beck.
Precious.
Oh boy.
An adventurer is a little careless handling a magical artifact and it goes haywire in the middle of the festivities.
Oh boy. So I know what Precious is gonna try to do. I don't have any relevant experience to, well, maybe I do, but I'm gonna roll first to see. But Precious is just gonna try to, like, bat it out of the adventurer's hands over the side of the boat.
Like, huh!
Yeah.
That's the sea's problem now!
Yes. That's a problem for the fishes.
Jesus.
Not 2d6, 1d2. I got a 1! Yes!
Wow. So,
we are now up to 5 points, which means the game ends. And we go to the cleaning up portion. It's finally over. As the festival draws to a close, check your score. If you successfully earned 5 points, you can upgrade the tavern now. So, what do we want to upgrade?
Well,
I feel like you really flexed your cuisine skills, Beck.
That's me swirling my knives around. Yeah, we could bump up cuisine.
You okay with that?
We really.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off, Zach.
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
All right, so we have a cuisine of 2, an atmosphere of 2, and a service of 1.
How did the festival as a whole go? We did our part.
I don't think it was the worst festival that has ever happened, but the fact that a magical artifact blew up or did whatever the artifact was going to do in the bay probably put a little bit of a damper on the proceedings.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not our fault.
And you succeeded, so maybe it just made a fun light show.
Oh, that's true.
None of the mating fish were killed, I'm sure.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
And if they were eaten by their fellows before we noticed.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, this is why we keep you in the kitchen.
Fish just do that. It's not weird, it's what fish do.
Jesus
I want that on a bumper sticker.
Hashtag Izzy stickers.
It's not weird, it's what fish do. Picture of a fish eating another fish.
Yep.
Ouroboros.
Oh boy. Good and bad, what did festival attendees have to say about the tavern? What did your characters think? And write down any relevant memories.
Beck thought about Schooner cutting their fin and how bad he felt about it because he was away for a second and Schooner got hurt.
Never look away.
I could never look away.
I think Atlas, you know when you drink too much and then you can't drink that anymore?
Oh no.
I think maybe it's, like rum. Atlas gets physically ill at the sight of rum.
Oh geez. I think Precious had a fine festival. He had a grand old time. Like, it was a good festival overall, and I am playing into something that will come into play in a second. I think, like, he knows how to talk about it so that, you know, everybody remembers it fondly and doesn't remember how, like, Schooner, how, like, this Ichthian, like, bled all over everywhere and doesn't remember how, like, a magical artifact went off in the bay. They just remember all of the good times. So, now that we've completed the minigame, since Beck and Precious used their adventurer experience, we have to cross those off of our character sheets and replace them with town experiences. And the poet experience that the poet skill that I'm going to be taking is Chronicler. Make sure people will remember.
So I used 2. Do I have to do that twice?
I think so.
Okay. Well, then I will grab clean cut, mince, dice, chop, slice, and call the shots. Quick thinking and split-second decisions.
Hell yeah.
That's from the my acrobatic performance.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right. That brings it back to me, I think. I love this game. I don't know if I want to play it, but I love it. I'm torn because I love a friendly tavern brawl, but I think a Bard's Tale could be fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll a coin, and that will tell me how I feel. A friendly tavern brawl it is. So, every tavern has its rowdy patrons. You know they're good at heart, but sometimes when the ale is flowing and spirits are high, things get a little out of hand. How do you handle the situation? Brawlers. One or more players are the brawlers. They can be player characters or NPCs. What is the disagreement that caused the first punch to be thrown? And then de-escalators. This can be one, but should usually be several player characters. What made you get involved? Who was the first to intervene? I think we may end up pulling double duty with some of us being both brawlers and de-escalators, just because 2 de-escalators and 1 brawler doesn't work.
Yeah, Beck definitely wants to be a de-escalator.
Mm-hmm.
So we can throw in some NPCs who are brawling.
Yeah. I think Precious is... God, Precious could go either way. I think it's fun if Precious is a brawler.
Mm-hmm.
I think Atlas is a de-instigator or de-escalator.
Cool. So,
do you want the fish to fight with you?
A cat and a fish walk into a bar. Yeah, Schooner helping Precious brawl could be fun, and then maybe we get into a spat with Mr. Blackthorn or Blackwood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Because I think maybe he made a rude remark about Precious's outfit, and while Precious is not quite as vain as Atlas is, he's still kind of vain, and Schooner just likes a good fight.
Jesus.
So that's why Schooner's involved.
It's like, hey, are people fighting? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Yeah. And it just got out of hand from there. I don't think this is just Schooner, Precious, and Blackwood, but those are the three main people.
Mm-hmm.
So what made the de-escalators get involved, and who was the first to intervene?
Oh boy. Is Atlas trying to break it up as well, or is it just Beck?
Atlas will also be trying, but like he's like behind the counter, like ducking behind the counter as things are thrown, like, stop, no, don't. Like, I don't want to get my clothes dirty. They're throwing things.
I think a bottle comes sailing through the kitchen window, and Beck just catches it and sets it down.
Atlas yells from the kitchen window, like, we could use your help out here.
Beck just thunks his knife into the cutting board and takes off his apron. All right. Let's all simmer down.
All right. De-escalators follow the steps to stop the fight. Brawlers respond appropriately. At least one experience should be used during one of the steps. So, the approach. De-escalators, the first thing you need to do is interrupt the fight. How do you draw their attention?
I think Beck is gonna grab a serving tray and just hold it up as someone is about to punch someone else, so that their hand just bounces off of the serving tray.
Jesus.
Brawlers, how do you lash out? What do you say that you shouldn't have? I think somebody tells Beck to get back in the kitchen.
Well, the kitchen is no longer safe because you're being rambunctious, rowdy. Let's all just calm down for a little while.
Alright. So the next step is the separation. De-escalators, how do you put space between the brawlers? Is there something else you can get them to focus on? I feel like this might be a good place for Atlas to do some magic.
Yeah, Atlas can certainly do some magic. Atlas will rise up from behind the counter and quietly, so no one is drawn to look at him, he will prestidigitate a wall in between the fighting parties, like when there's a break in the fight. So they are literally cut off by like this fake wall, but the parties are cut off visually, at least.
I think Precious knows this trick, so he just dives through the wall to start the fight back up again.
Jesus.
He's just like hissing and yowling and just generally being a nuisance. And then we've got the talk down. De-escalators, how do you ensure that the fight won't break out again tonight?
We might have to kick our regular out.
I'm going to put a hand on some shoulders. And I'm going to say, if you don't stop, no burgers for a month.
Oh.
I feel like that is enough to get both Precious and Blackwood to look chagrined.
Good man.
But the brawlers, how are you feeling? What almost makes you start up the fight again? I think Schooner, for their part, is just like, they're feeling great. It's like this was a great little exercise. But Precious and Blackwood are like kicking at their feet and grumbling, and they like hiss to each other. It's like, this is your fault. No, this is your fault. No, this is your fault.
Hey.
And then we have the aftermath. Everyone has been picked up off the floor and dusted off. Together, answer the aftermath questions. Were any of the player characters hurt? If yes, how do you help each other recover? It doesn't sound like Beck or Atlas really took any damage. I think maybe Precious has a black eye.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that,
I give you a little ice slime.
Oh my god!
In a bag. Press up against your eye.
Incredible. Was there significant damage to the tavern? If so, what is it going to take to fix it?
I mean, there was a lot of bottles broken, which means that tabs are doubled. At least yours.
Yeah, bottom shelf liquor is decimated. Top shelf's okay, but...
Disappointed.
I'll make a run tomorrow.
Good. And how do you deal with the brawlers? Are they banned? Do they need to pay a fine? I think we're just gonna... Beck goes to a board and he writes, warnings left. It's a big old 0.
Love it.
Atlas, before his burger goes out each time, will, in whatever sauce, draw a little sad face and then put the bun back on. Like, I'm disappointed in you.
Incredible.
I think Precious and Blackwood studiously ignore each other for the next while, but I think that eventually they apologize to each other just because the tension was getting obnoxious, and I think Precious probably swallowed his pride first. So that is how the brawlers are dealt with.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, we've got about half an hour left, so if we want to do this game and then in the rhythm of things.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. I'm going to do a glass of the gods. Adventure is like a stiff drink, and most of the time they're just looking for good ale or cheap wine. But sometimes a troubled adventurer will come in looking for answers, and letting them drink themselves into oblivion isn't going to help anybody. It's your responsibility to ask the right questions and make the perfect drink, something that can push the adventurer to look inside and find the answer on their own. One player is the adventurer, another player is the bartender. The adventurer can be a player character, a regular patron, or a new face. The bartender should be a player character or an NPC created for a cuisine rating of 3 or 4. I think I could be the adventurer.
Okay. I think it's funny if Atlas is the bartender.
Atlas can be the bartender.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a fun idea. A little connective tissue from our last game.
Mm-hmm.
So in walks a knight in blue and silver armor. It's not like super heavy plate. It's like a breastplate and some like boots and gauntlets and like pauldrons, but like it's not like fully. He's more like a Zelda knight than he is like a Game of Thrones plate knight. He's got long, dark red hair, electric blue eyes, and he goes and he sits at the bar and he says, I'd like a drink. Something with zip.
Okay. And now what's troubling you?
Is Atlas just asking that straight up, or is it saying that for the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just reading the thing because it says you have to figure out what's troubling you, but we can also discuss it we can wait to reveal that if you'd prefer.
Yeah, I know what's troubling him.
Okay.
We can, yeah, I just want something that reminds me of home.
Okay. And I guess I'm supposed to describe the current atmosphere of the tavern and one detail about the adventure that draws your attention.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be the atmosphere of the tavern is probably quiet right now. Mm-hmm. You've come in during a lull.
Nice.
So Atlas has plenty of time to devote to this interaction. And the first thing Atlas notices about the adventurer... Did you say he had his sword on him?
He would have a spear.
Okay. It's probably that.
Mm-hmm. He puts it in the umbrella stand next to the door. It's long and silver bladed, with like lightning spirals carved into the wood.
Yeah, Atlas notices that and admires it. And I ask you questions. So, you said that you just want something that reminds you of home?
Yeah, something zingy.
Zingy. What kind of flavors remind you of home?
Well, it's in it's mountains. There's a lot of storms, a lot of ozone. So maybe something sharp or tangy.
Okay. Zing and some tang. Gonna look down at the jalapeno still in the notebook with the word zing on it.
A jalapeno margarita.
We'll see. Well, tell me then, is there a taste that you hate?
No, I think when you're on campaign, you learn to make do with what you have, and being picky makes that a lot harder.
Okay. Can you tell me more about why you became an adventurer?
Oh, I'm a knight. I'm the Knight of Stormreach. So I didn't really have much of a choice, but, I go out, I quest, I win honor for my kingdom, and then I bring it home. But questing takes a bit. A lot of time away.
That is true. Well, you sleeping all right at night?
As nice as I could be. Well, it's lonelier on the road.
Well, there's gotta be some nice stuff too. Tell me about, like, the most beautiful thing you've seen on an adventure.
Oh. What I consider beautiful and what you consider beautiful are probably pretty different.
I was an adventurer once. Humble me. Till I took an arrow to the knee.
Mm-hmm. Well,
humor
I
me.
I was out on the this great stretch of plain where the sky was as wide as I've ever seen it. I live in the mountains where you're in the sky, but to be on the bottom, on the ground, and look up and see nothing but blue from end to end of the horizon with nothing breaking it up. And then storm clouds rolling in. Cloud. The biggest storm I'd ever seen. Bolts of lightning a mile across, striking everywhere around me. It was incredible.
Okay. Well, I think the last thing I need to know before I can make you the perfect drink, do you have a favorite fruit? Which is a weird topic change after all of that.
Mm-hmm. Lemon.
All right. I think I have an idea. So I think I want to use my knowledge of magic and unusual, my arcana, which I don't think, I didn't do a town thing for the thing I spent, so I guess I can do that for both of these at the end. So yeah, I want to use my knowledge of the arcana to make a drink that has some magical elements to it, and so it's a bright blue sweet drink. It's very sweet. But it comes with a shot of a sour lemon extract syrup thing. And it is extremely yellow, like food coloring added and everything. And when you pour it into the blue, it's like you're meant to combine them, but you do it at the table to get the effect. So when you pour it into the blue, it looks like the yellow syrup branches out, looks like a lightning bolt, and changes the color of the drink to a beautiful, like, grassy green.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I think Arcturus is going to look down at it and say, that's a neat trick. And then he's going to just knock it back. Sometimes lightning. A lot of it about lightning. Catching lightning in a bottle. We use that to say that's something to strive for, making something perfect and unique that you can have for yourself. There's a reason lightning doesn't get trapped in bottles. It strikes and it goes. I gotta go do something. He nods to Atlas and gets up.
Atlas will watch him go silently.
And then he goes to do his thing.
What did I just do to this man's life?
Well, find out in... Well, you've heard of him in Mage of the Machine, and you also heard him like a year and a half ago in Fall of Magic.
Yep.
I need to replace my two things.
Yes, you do.
So for the first one that I used, which was the Prestidigitation, the Small Wonders, would like to replace that one, Prestidigitation, with Jury Rigging, invent your way out of a sticky situation. And then for Arcana, I think maybe Well Read makes sense, but I also like Diffuse because of the lightning motifs that were throughout that story. So I think Diffuse, handle something dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Well, I believe we are coming up on time. So to close out the game, you play the game in the rhythm of things. Time passes, rough edges are sanded down. Before you know it, life in town has become like breathing. You gather in your favorite part of the tavern and wonder where the time has gone. This is the last game. Everyone plays. To start, take turns describing a habit that your character has picked up from living here, then proceed to ending questions. So, Anya, what is a habit that Atlas has picked up?
A habit that Atlas has picked up from his time. I think he's picked up the habit of, he has like a daily routine now. Like he's always been a lavish shopper and always wanted like trendy and the finest goods. But I think now he has made friends with the store owner of a local vintage shop. And so he stops by there and gets life advice, gets just general wise words, and picks up some not trendy trinkets. So he's got an appreciation for things outside of his beginning interest.
I think one of the habits that Precious has picked up is actually from his dear friend Fellowship. I think that Fellowship offers or invites him to a fantasy poker night, and Precious being, you can take the rogue out of the adventure, but you can't take the adventure out of the rogue. Precious does decide to do a little bit of gambling, and he's not so good at it that they don't invite him back, but not so bad at it that he loses his shirt. And he and Fellowship get to be good friends as they play poker every other Tuesday together with some of the other shop owners on the boardwalk.
Oh, yeah. I think Beck used to walk around with a sword, and he doesn't anymore. He still keeps a knife on him, just in case he needs to do any cooking. But the sword stays on the boat.
Hell yeah.
Just emergency cooking.
You never know when one of the street food stands is going to need help.
Mm-hmm.
So, we take turns asking each other questions. We can come up with our own or use the questions below. The game is over when everyone has answered 2 questions each.
Okay.
So we ask each other questions, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I guess Precious.
Mm-hmm.
What do you miss about adventuring?
Well, I always did enjoy the challenge of a good treasure chest, trapped or not. So, I suppose the thing I miss most is just being able to ply my nimble fingers, but obviously I don't miss it so much that I wish I could go back.
You could always do consulting. Have them bring the chest to you.
Now there's an idea. And then we get them to buy a burger while I work. Taps the side of his nose 3 times.
Really, Alice.
Yes.
What surprised you most about living in town?
How quiet it can be at night. You think a city doesn't sleep, but when the lights go out and it's just the dogs barking, this place can be really pretty. Yeah.
All right, I think this is funny. Beck, what was the worst dish you remember eating that one of us made?
Well, there was the one that you cut yourself over on accident. That was fine.
I didn't get any blood in it.
No. I think it was your first time trying to make buckwheat noodles. You got the mixture wrong. Came out lumpy with hard bits in them. I still ate them.
Beck, again. What are you most proud of yourself for?
I learned what umami is.
An important flavor.
Yeah.
I'm sure the giant mushroom helps.
Mm-hmm. Precious.
Mm-hmm.
You got any plans to travel? Or are you sticking around?
Oh, I don't know. There's probably always going to be a part of me that wants to go see new places, but the city's pretty big. There's lots of stuff here I haven't seen yet, and lots of new food to bring back to you, so I guess I'll stick around. With the tavern running smoothly, what do you want to spend more time doing for yourself?
I think I'd like to get some kind of a crafting hobby. I think I'd like to make something. Like I used to make stuff with magic, but I want to make something without magic now.
Sew yourself up a new shirt?
Sounds like a good place to start.
Put some peacock feathers on it?
Oh my god. It would fit me perfectly.
Maybe a rhinestone or 2?
I mean, is it even an outfit worth wearing without a rhinestone or 2?
Precious is getting frustrated trying to figure out ways to escalate this into absurdity and being upset that Atlas keeps agreeing. All right. We have all answered 2 questions each. So, the game is now over. Well, this has been Stewpot by Takuma Okada. I have been August. You can still, for the moment, find me on Twitter at Harpydora or on Tumblr at Strange Harpy. Playing with me today has been Zachary.
Oh, me, I did a thumbs up. I've been Zachary. You can find me on Twitter at ObfuscatingGod, and the music I make at iambugbear.bandcamp.com.
And joining us for the first time officially as a 100% legitimate cast member, because the Follow the Leader Presents totally didn't count. I'm joking. We have had Annya.
I'm still Annya. Send me K-pop recommendations.
All right. In that case, let's clap. Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/standingstonesprod. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!